The Georgia Tech, we can put Georgia Tech back in a place of safety, which all of our universities should have, quite honestly.
So can you explain again?
Specific information. Can you give us some sense of what makes you feel so confident that the rest are coming?
Because we have a very strong intelligence unit, we have leads already, and I know the skill set and the capacity of my colleagues.
Chief, how deflating was it to roll out this program and then you hear about yet another student being robbed?
Well, I mean, I think it's deflating to hear about a student being robbed, but what I would say is our responsiveness was not aggressive or assertive enough up until this point. So there had been pointed efforts to offset the robberies over there, but clearly it's not been enough.
So what exactly are you doing tonight? Explain that a little bit more.
I'm not going to go into specifics on the particulars, but what I will say is I've made it clear to my command staff that I expect the department to step up its game.
When you say the courts need to do more, could you explain what you mean by that when you say the courts have to step up as well?
Absolutely. So when we arrest someone, they go before a magistrate judge, which may or may not be the equivalent of a substitute judge. It may be someone who's somewhat or not very familiar with criminal law. We're finding that we're arresting people who are felons, who have guns, who have committed Lord knows what act. They're getting signature bond, inexpensive bonds. They're right back out. We're finding that folks are convicted felons in possession of guns multiple times over. I mean, this is not unique. This is our narrative every single day. And there has to be somewhere between compassion and throw away the key. There has to be some level of middle road where we can identify and hold account people who are committed to engaging in acts of violence repeatedly. And that's not occurring.
On the intelligence, are we talking predominantly about teenagers, or are these fully adults who would,
It's good. It's a blend, and when I speak about the courts, obviously I'm not speaking to the juvenile courts, so there is an issue with some of our offenders. A couple of the ones that we know that are on our radar now, perhaps being on the periphery of this, have spent time in the juvenile system. The juvenile system is a whole separate issue. I can say that we have enough issues with Fulton County Superior Court that if they change how they do business, it will make the juvenile piece much more manageable.
Say it again. I mean, if the courts do their jobs better, did you say?
No, you said that.
No, I'm saying, would you repeat that?
What I stated was that if the Fulton County courts if they handle the cases before them in a way that is more responsible, it will make the juvenile crime piece more manageable. But right now, because we understand the limitations as it pertains to young people. We understand that so many of them are just, the last thing you want to do is put them into the state's custody, that you're just creating a whole subset of issues. So we get that.
it is difficult in a public setting for one department to assess how another department is doing, but when you talk about APD needs to do better, do the Georgia Tech Police Department, does that department need to do better?
Georgia Tech's been a great partner for us, and I think, you know what, at the end of the day, this is on us, and we need to do better. So I'm glad we have the partnership with them, quite honestly.
Chief, for these crimes,
this is a city street problem where these attacks are occurring.
I believe that all of them have been on the city streets. Is that correct? Okay, yes.
Chief, for these crimes of opportunity?
Yes, I would say so. I would say so, absolutely, yes.
It's a fertile field, though, right? Because the assumption is if you see a tech student, they're going to have an iPhone, they're going to have something else and something else. So it doesn't take much, does it?
No, it doesn't. And I think, as a student, you're thinking, well, I'm a student and I'm safe. There's just that, and it's okay. They should be. They're not really necessarily taking into account that they're in a large city and that there's crime. But you know what? This is we shouldn't be in this space. If we'd done better, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
And I asked that question about crimes of opportunity. Does it make it harder because these guys are just kind of sifting through and
Sure. It absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Veronica, you-
Ma'am?
What could the department have done better?
We could have definitely have engaged more people, more units in the area. We could have stepped up our responsiveness. Like I said, every 3 or 4 years, Georgia Tech has these cycles of robberies that go through there. And we should have recognized it sooner. When you're looking at it on TV, it's poorly lit. Why is it every 3 or 4 years we come back and say, why is there poor lighting? I mean, that stuff we should be proactive on and say, we know this area is going to be targeted because it has been historically. Why is the lighting not better? Are we doing enough to outreach to the kids to educate to them that they have to be mindful of their surroundings? So are we communicating in that space with Georgia Tech enough? And then, quite honestly, do we have the right people over there? And are we over there in a manner that is most effective? And I think that's just, we could do better.
Are there any long-term steps that you all are considering to improve safety in the area that you can talk about?
I mean, the lighting is critical. I mean, it just makes no sense that we go through this every time and it's dimly lit and poorly lit. I think the educational piece, I think everybody's realizing now that, students come in and out. So the newer students need to be educated to the fact of just being aware of their surroundings. Maybe, I know Georgia Tech is stepping up the number of buses, shuttles. And so if we just maybe have efforts in that area that are more of the holistic improvements, I think that will assist us certainly.
So when you discuss the lighting, and it leads to the obvious question, what about that needs to be improved? Are there conversations with Georgia Power, or is this a matter of Georgia Tech on lights and the light bulb is out? I don't know. So I had Major Shearbaum today speak to Georgia Power. I can't wait. You know what I mean? It just needs to be fixed.
So what should Georgia Tech students do tonight then? Should they go on business as
Sure.
usual, do something else to protect themselves while you're doing your work?
No, I think they should do business as usual. I mean, the one last night, it was the only one that was at about 2:40 in the morning. That's an anomaly, and it is. It's. I think any of us in any part of the country, in the middle of the night walking around, there is a greater likelihood that you might become a victim. But the other ones, I mean, they should never have happened. Things shouldn't be happening like this at 6:30 and 7:30 at night. No. So I would encourage the students to go about their lives, be aware of their surroundings. But no, I wouldn't recommend anybody walking around anywhere at 3 in the morning.
Chief, Georgia Tech is getting all of the attention with this, but is this
Sure.
unique just to Georgia Tech, or are other college areas and centers also target areas?
And that's a really fair question. We have had it before where we've had at the AU Center or Georgia State these little spikes in crime, and I think that fortunately that's not occurring now. I think two things. I think that the Georgia Tech ones, when they tend to be, it seems, more condensed and a higher number. And two, quite frankly, they garner more media coverage. But that doesn't change our responsibility to arrest the people committing the acts.
Is this some organized crew then, do you believe, that's sort of working together to target this area?
No, I don't think so. But I do think that I think that we're going to find that they have gang ties. But no, I don't think it's that organized. No.
Does APD have the staff to be more present?
Yes.
To do some of those proactive things?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time today.